Hello. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so I'm coming live very quickly today. I just want to read you a story. And this is a story by Price Pritchett about, in some ways, about the paradigm shifts that it takes to have unconventional success. And oftentimes, a lot of us are stuck in a box where we're looking to have success or to achieve success from what we've been taught, from what's common. And unconventional success often takes an unconventional path. It requires that we shift out of what we understand, what we know, the limits of what we think is possible, and our own conventional being. So yesterday I was live briefly talking about how much of success is actually embodying our next level self, that essentially our next level clients, our next level success comes from embodying and anchoring into our next level self. And everything we do from that next level self brings about that next level of success. But that if we try to achieve that next level of success from the place or the position of where we are now, it requires a significant, it requires a lot more work, and it's a lot more difficult. And so I want to read this story. Price Pritchett, who wrote a book called U Squared, talks a lot about how essentially we have to explode out of our own box so that we can create something new. And it relates back to this concept from Einstein, who said we can't find a solution to a problem from the same level of thinking that created this problem. And so, this idea of paradigm shift is we have to become somebody new. We have to perceive or conceive of different possibilities and different ways of reaching these different possibilities so that we literally forge a new path, a path that's going to be a lot more aligned, a path that's going to be a lot more soulful, a path that's going to feel much better. And what Price Pritchett talks about a lot is this concept that for a lot of us, success is equated to working harder. So I'm going to get more, I'm going to have more if I work more, if I work harder. And that's a misconception. That's actually something that keeps us stuck in a place where where we need time, we need to do hard work, we get burned out, we need to effort a lot. And so for me, soulful success has to do with simplicity, and it has to do with joy, with enjoyment, with ease, with having fun in some ways. And so I often will tell clients, hey, if you're not having fun, if this is not fun, you're going to create more not fun. We essentially need to create from what we want to have. So for example, for most of us, when you think of, if you ask yourself, like, why do I want success? Why do I want impact? Why do I want to create maybe a beautiful transformational abundant business? For me, the main thing that comes to me is freedom and joy. I want a business that's going to create a lot of freedom, a lot of space in my life, and I want to enjoy it. I want to love it. And if it doesn't create freedom and if I don't love it, then it's not success. And so that shift of paradigm comes from the place of you don't get to freedom and joy from struggle. And that's the way a lot of us do things. We want joy, we want freedom, we want abundance, and we're moving and trying to get there from a place of scarcity, of lack, of efforting, of struggle, of fear, of pushing. And then we wonder why we don't actually get to this thing that we've been looking for. And so, this shift of paradigm is literally just at first considering that there's a different way, that you can reach what you want at its deepest, highest level without having, you know, without having to do a lot of work, without having it be difficult, without needing to effort, without having it take a ton of time. Just that consideration, without even knowing what that means or what that looks like, just that consideration starts to expand your mind, starts to rewire something within you so that you start seeing possibilities and opportunities where you would not have seen them. And so being able to just at the beginning consider, maybe it doesn't have to be this way. Maybe it can be easy. Maybe it can be enjoyable. And how do I embody in this very moment the things I want? Freedom, love, joy, creativity, abundance, and actually create and design strategically from this place? How do I choose the right marketing strategy, the right messaging, the design my program from this place of abundance, from this place of freedom, from this place of joy? When we do that, when we create from essentially what we want, when we create from where we're trying to get, from the results we're trying to get, then we almost automatically, it's almost inevitable that what we do will create that. So I'm going to read you, hey, Ralph, you're welcome. So I'm going to read you a story, and this is a story that is in one of Price Pritchett's book. And the book actually starts with a quote: "If you do not expect it, you will not find the unexpected. If you do not expect it, you will not find the unexpected." And so that's my first thing, is it has to begin with a consideration. It has to begin with us even considering and expecting something different, expecting that success can come from an unexpected way. That's the first step. All right, so this is a story. This is Price Pritchett's story. "I'm sitting in a quiet room at the Millcroft Inn, a peaceful little place hidden back among the pine trees about an hour out of Toronto. It's just past noon, late July, and I'm listening to the desperate sound of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. There's a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energies in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tells the poignant story of the fly's strategy: try harder. But it's not working. The frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It's impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. Nevertheless, this little insect has staked its entire life and reaching its goal through a raw effort and determination. This fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. Across the room, 10 steps away, the door is open. 10 seconds of flying, and this small creature could reach the outside world it seeks. With only a fraction of the effort now being wasted, it could be free of this self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there. It would be so easy. Why doesn't the fly try another approach? Something dramatically different. How did it get so locked up in this idea that this particular route and the effort offers the more promising success? What logic is there in continuing until death to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? No doubt, this approach makes sense to the fly. Regrettably, it's an idea that will kill. Trying harder isn't necessarily the solution to achieving more. It may not offer any real promise for getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, actually, it's the big part of the actual problem. If you stake your hopes for a breakthrough on trying harder than ever, you may kill your chances for success. And I've actually heard this story way before I heard about Price Pritchett. about this idea that, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And, the invitation in this story is, if you're not quite getting the results you want, whether it is in your business, whether it is in your life, whether it is in your relationship, it doesn't matter where, then you want to look at, where have you just been trying harder rather than trying a different route. And then that's where creativity comes in. When we start considering that there might be a different way, that there might be a different route to get to the results we want, then something opens inside us. Then we stop efforting, we stop trying harder, and we actually slow down enough to sink into ourselves and to actually ask, what would be easier right now? What would feel good right now? What would bring me joy right now? What might be creative, fun, different right now that I could try? And that's true in our marriages. That's true in our businesses. That's true with our health. It's true everywhere. And so that's my invitation to you, is to consider that there might be an easier way than what you've been doing, a more creative way, and to consider that the paradigm shift is, you want to start with the end in mind. If the end, and I don't mean the end result like as a concrete goal. The concrete goal might be, I want to be fully booked in my practice, or I want 4 new clients, or I want this in my relationship. That might be the concrete goal. But why do you want that goal? What is it going to give you? What do you think this goal will achieve? That's actually what you want. You want the intimacy, you want the freedom, you want the abundance, you want the joy. What is it you want in the back of that? When you tap into that and you bring that end at the forefront and you start creating from that place, if what you're looking for is freedom and joy, then ask yourself, what could I do next that's going to really embody that freedom and that joy? What would bring me freedom and joy while still being in action? This isn't about sitting on your ass and doing nothing. This is about actually taking action from a place of inspiration, from a place of connection, and from a place of honoring what it is that you actually want, which for most of us is abundance, is ease, is joy, is playfulness, is creativity, is contribution, impact. And so being able to take what we want at the end and bring it right at the beginning and act and choose from that place. That is essentially what Price Pritchett is talking about, is stop trying harder. Find a different way, a way that's actually a lot easier. And that's the shift of paradigm. Oftentimes, success is right on the other side of resistance. It's right on the other side of actually having a shift in how we look at things and how we do things that opens us up. And when it opens us up, it opens like vibrationally, energetically, it opens us up to the next level of what could be. We suddenly start attracting different people to work with us. We start seeing different ways or different things we can do. Opportunities start showing up, but it starts with us, and it starts with being willing to consider that things can be different, that they can be easy, that they don't need to take effort, they don't need to take time, they don't need to take struggle. And actually, when we're moving through from a place of struggle, from a place of fear, from a place of scarcity, we are actually going in the wrong direction. That scarcity, that struggle is actually an indication, it's information that we're misunderstanding something. But when we're in joy, when we're in flow, when we're in creativity, when we're in love, then that's an indication that openness, that spaciousness of these feelings, that freedom is an indication that actually we're looking and moving from the right place and we're going in the right direction. So that's my invitation for you, is to consider that shift. And, if you are what I call a lighthouse, somebody who wants to light up the world, who wants to change people's lives, who wants to share their gifts and their brilliance with the world and transform others, while feeding your own soul and feeding your own bank account, and you want to create a business that has an amazing impact as well as create amazing abundance for yourself, and you want support in how to have that paradigm shift, on how to make it easier, on how to figure out what your own unique strategy is to become visible, to go from overlooked to booked, then put hashtag brainstorm in the comments. Thanks, Ralph. Put hashtag brainstorm in the comment, and or message me. Go on Messenger and just click on my picture, send a message and say hi to me. Let me know what resonated with this. You can also let me know what resonated with this in the comments. I love to chat. I love to connect. I love to support people. The truth is, the world needs people to own their magic and to shine their light right now. And my mission is to help as many people do that, and do it in a way that feels really nourishing for them and is sustainable from a financial standpoint as well. I'm going to check briefly if I have any questions. I don't see any questions. All right, I think that's it. I wish you a wonderful rest of your week, and say hi to me. Let me know where you're watching this from, and if you have any questions or comments, I welcome them. And again, if you want to sit with me for an hour and kind of go over how you could get to that next level in your work and in your business, then just put hashtag brainstorm or send me a message on Messenger, and we'll do that Soulful Success activation session together. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.